Hey, you guys. Damn, it's been a while since I've been live, y'all. I can't even flex. No cap. But I know it's been a while since I've been live, y'all. But I just been having a whole lot of stuff going on. So I just wanted to come and talk to y'all. I'm going to cook today. And let's just have some story time about some things. I just want to say shout out to God. God has been good. So we want to thank him first and foremost. Okay. But yes, girl, it's just been so much going on. And I have a lot of stuff on my spirit and a lot of stuff I just been holding in. And I'm like, I'm just gonna go live and talk about it. So one of the things that I want to give story time today, and this is gonna be about how I found out I was pregnant. My second time I found out I was pregnant and what all happened around that time. It's a whole bunch that was going on around that time. So we're going to be talking about it all, girl. I've been feeling really under the weather. So that's why you guys really haven't been seeing me much. I've just been trying to heal and get myself right mentally and physically. But I am starting to feel a lot better now. So that's why I said we can do story time and we can talk about, a few things. I'm also going to be cooking today too. Y'all know I didn't get my new camera stand. So it's just going to be, on here. But I'll be cooking, nevertheless. I'm going to make some shrimp and probably some rice and green beans. But yeah, we'll be doing a little bit of cooking today too. So, okay, so we can start off with how I found out I was pregnant my second time. So the second time I found out I was pregnant, and girls, this is gonna be it's gonna be a key, okay? But not so much a key because some like emotionally it did bother me a little bit. So but I just want to let it go because I've been holding on to a lot of things and I want to release that and don't give the situation no more energy. And I just want to be able to talk about it with you guys and everything like that. So yeah. So let's get into let's get into this makeup first. Girl, it's giving me life. Girl, sound. Do you hear me? All right. Anyway, so, all right, let's get into how I found out I was pregnant the second time. I did my first one. I did my first story time about how I found out I was pregnant on Bigo. And if you don't record it, I don't know if you can play back and things like that. But yeah, so we'll just get into my second pregnancy on here. And then if you guys like it, let me know, comment, subscribe, like the video and things of that nature. And, tell me what you think about it, girl, because it's a lot that I'm going to be talking about. So, okay, I want to see if I can get my lighting a little bit better. So I am trying something a little new. Okay. So, all right, so let's talk about my second pregnancy, okay? So how I found out I was pregnant the second time was really crazy. I was actually dancing at the time, and I know that part of my life is just like one of those parts where I'm just kind of like, I don't like to talk about it because I have grew and God has allowed me to mature past that part of my life. So I don't really like to talk about it. But however, we are having story time, so I'm going to give you all of it, okay? So I was dancing at the time and I noticed that I was having like mad stomach aches. Like I just couldn't really like drink and party like I normally would have, because that's the part of that lifestyle. But I couldn't really get into it like that because for some reason I just kept feeling sick. So this was going on for like 3 weeks, but well, no, this was going on for like, I would say like 1 week. And I just kept noticing like I couldn't party, I couldn't turn up with my friends like I normally used to. And it was a few of us that used to get together all the time, and hang out. But I just, like normally I was the turn up, and like we was going in and we was taking shots. But this time when I would take the shots, I would throw them back up, and it was just a whole lot of. So I wind up freaking taking a shot of Patron, and I threw it up. And so my girl was like, "What is going on with you?" Like at the time, she was my friend at the time, but I don't hang around her anymore. Like I said, God has allowed me to mature. So a lot of these things are going to be memories that I'm going to be telling you guys about, not things that have actually happened. I'm on live. I'm going live. Yeah, I'm on live. No, not for you to get in the camera, but I am going live, okay? I know you was wondering what I was doing.
Yeah, because I thought you were saying
No. So, like I said, I've been under the weather. You guys know I do not have the 19. But I just was having a lot going on. Like my head was hurting, my body was a little sore, and not to mention, honey, I came on. So it was just all of those things combined into one. Stress and all of those things like that. But God has allowed me to be highly favored and blessed. So I'm a lot thankful, and I feel a lot better now, you guys. Shout out to God. So yeah, so normally, like I said, I was taking the Patron shots and shit like that. And my friends was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you've been throwing them back up, you've been tired lately. What's going on?" So I was like, "Y'all, I just probably just caught like a bug or something, I'm gonna be fine, let's just still turn up." You know what I'm saying? Because like when you're in your first few weeks of pregnancy and you don't know you're pregnant, you still probably could kind of like turn up, but you actually, your body is just now switching to, the pregnant mode, but you really don't know that you're pregnant yet. So you still kind of doing the same things that you were doing before, but your body is kind of like, letting you know that there's a change. Okay. So I found out I was pregnant like when I was like 6 weeks pregnant. So I had missed my period and everything. And so that's how I like found out. But okay, get into that point. So yeah, so they're like, "Girl, you've been acting really weird. You've been tired. You can't keep your shots down and things like that." And so I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I just think I caught a bug. So I'm like, fuck it, let's still turn up. So we still turn up, right? Mind you, I used to be the one to stay out late, and I was going in early. Like I was like, "Y'all, I can't hang no more. I don't know what's going on, but I'm ready to get something to eat and go to bed." And that was so not me, because I was about like hanging out, getting the bag, turning up with my friends, staying out late. You know what I'm saying? I had a babysitter for my oldest daughter. So, it wasn't like I was leaving her neglected or anything. And so with me having a babysitter and people that would watch her, I had more time to turn up. And of course, go dance and things like that for money. So, honey, now, how I wound up finding out I was pregnant was this day, my homeboy drove me to the strip club. And before we got to the strip club, like I threw up. And so I threw up like not in his car, but I threw up, and I still went to the strip club though. So on our way to the strip club, I'm like, "Yo, I gotta get some fucking Pepto Bismol. That's the pink medicine, like if you're feeling nauseous and stuff like that." Because like I was so nauseous, it felt like I was high up in a plane or something like that. Like, oh, it was just one of those feelings like them pregnancy, like when you first get pregnant and you have the nauseous, it was that. So you guys, if you ever experienced that, girls, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, okay, so to carry on, I went to go get the Pepto Bismol or whatever. And when I got the Pepto Bismol, like I said, I was still being dropped off to the strip club. So I got to the strip club. I was sitting down. I was trying to smoke a blunt or whatever, and I couldn't smoke. And I was just like, "What is going on?" Like, I was just feeling so weird. Like, I was not feeling it. Like, I was just like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just giving me the vibes, girl. It was just giving me the vibes. So I was definitely pregnant and I didn't know. So I drank like half the bottle of Pepto Bismol, y'all, because I would be right there trying to roll up, smoke or whatever, and I couldn't. And so like they would call me out to the stage, so I would have to go dance. And then like I was feeling hella sick after I went to go dance. So I would come back to the dressing room and like chug some Pepto Bismol, right? So I should have known right then and there because that's not my normal behavior. Normally, I'm like turned up, let's get it, let's party. Now, y'all, this is all of almost 8 years ago, so I don't do shit like this no more. This was 8 years ago, y'all, but we just having story time because it's been a long time since we caught up with each other and we hung out. So I was like, why not have a story time? Look at these eyebrows, y'all, though. Hey, hey, got the concealer on them. You already know. Yeah, but so and y'all can still like tell like I'm still a little congested and things like that. So yeah, don't mind me on that. But so yeah, I like come back to the dressing room, like I'm chugging like the Pepto Bismol. Then I sit down, I'm trying to smoke again, I can't smoke again. So I wound up just saying forget it for that night because I was like, there's no way that I can dance. I cannot sit up here and perform and I feel like crap. You know what I'm saying? And that was around the time like 8 years ago. Like we had it popping at that time. But like I said, this is not what I do now. I'm a mom, a straight up mom. I started my nail business, and that's how I get down now. I don't play in the streets no more. But we, like I said, we just having story time. So and I put God first in everything that I do, and I know that God, and I'm not shading or downgrading or belittling any strippers because that's what you do, get your money. But for me, I know that that wasn't the path that God wanted me to choose, so I don't get down like that anymore. I have a nail business. If you guys look at my shorts and things like that, and go to my profile on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook or Bigo, my name is the same on all profiles. Yeah, on all social media platforms, and you can see some of my work there, and that is all of my work. So yeah, and I do my own nails as well. So yeah, I do my own nails as well. So like okay, so I leave the strip club because I'm like I'm not feeling it. Like I'm like I gotta go home. I'm like, I gotta go home. I'm not feeling it no more. You know what I mean? And so I called somebody to pick me up. Yo, come pick me up. Because I really didn't have to drive at that time. Like I had like cars and shit like that, but I didn't have to drive because it was always somebody out in that area. I just like, yo, come scoop me up or yo, come drop me off to here. You know what I'm saying? Like it was plenty of us. So, I really didn't need to have a whip or anything. Cause like if I didn't, my homegirl did. My homegirl did and our homeboy did. Like it was, you know what I mean? So they gonna pick me up or whatever, and I'm like, yo, I'm just ready to go home. Like I'm really not feeling it or whatever. Da 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 da. So I get home and I just go straight to sleep, yo. I pick my daughter up and I go straight to sleep. Like we in the bed, knocked out, right? So the next day I'm supposed to go back to work and dance and stuff like that. So that morning I get up, yo, I'm just puking everywhere, like throwing up everywhere. Like my homegirl come get me. She like, yo, what's up? You already know what it is. Let's turn up before we go to work. And this and the third. And I'm like, I'm not feeling it. I'm definitely not going to work today. And then the strip club, like you don't go to work, you just don't get paid. It's not like you gotta call out and stuff like that. I mean, you do because you write your name down on the days you're gonna be there. But if you're not, I mean, you just don't get paid. But so like I'm in the house, I'm like, oh, I'm just not feeling it. There's no way possible that I can even go to the club. Like it's not hitting for me today. Like the bed is hitting and some egg drop soup from the Chinese restaurant. And like y'all gotta understand, like I was just not finding that, like I didn't even find out at that moment I was pregnant, but I just knew that like I knew something was wrong. So my homegirl at the time, she was my homegirl. We're gonna get to why she ain't my homegirl no more. But so at the time, she was my best friend. So she was like, I'm gonna go run and get you a pregnancy test because she was like, you just not acting like yourself. So I'm gonna go get you a pregnancy test. So she go get me a pregnancy test from Walgreens. Yo, she come back. She got like two pregnancy tests, right? She's like, I'm gonna take one, then you gonna take one, because she was just taking one with me. You know what I'm saying? She was my homegirl, so she's more like my big sister at the time. But she not no more. We gonna get into that. So she go give me the pregnancy test and stuff like that. And so she just like she like, okay, so we're gonna take it or whatever. So we take the pregnancy test. So mine come back. Yo, when I say my lines on that pregnancy test was so dark, it was like the pregnancy test was telling me, hell yes, you've been pregnant, and girl, I'm glad that you just now finding out. So I find out on the pregnancy test or whatever, and I'm like, oh my God, yo, I can't believe I'm pregnant. This guy that I'm pregnant by, I'm not even with him. We just was having fun, and now mind you, I'm like 23 at the time because I had my oldest daughter when I was 19. So this is my second daughter, and that's the only children I have. I only have two daughters. So I had to be like 23, right? And so the guy that I was pregnant by, he was like 34, so 10 years, 11 years difference, right? And so I had no business messing with this guy. He's a piece of shit, y'all. We're going to get into all of that, right? So I want to find out I'm pregnant. So I scheduled myself a doctor's appointment. So I'm mad bummed that I'm pregnant. I can't dance no more. I can't hang out no more. So of course I start losing those type of friends because I don't hang out and do what they do anymore. So now everybody is kind of like losing contact with each other. Like, we still see each other like hi, bye, but it's not like how we used to hang out and stuff like that because I'm straight up mom mode. I'm pregnant. So it's no need for me to be out in the streets, turned up, doing this, doing that, when I already have one daughter and I'm pregnant again. So I wind up just kind of like, excluding myself from, everything that was going on in the streets, and which is normal behavior for somebody who's pregnant and who is trying to like get their life together. Okay. So I started kind of like just, dedicating my life to my children and stuff like that. And, and living for them and doing what I'm supposed to do or whatever. So the crazy thing about this whole story was like once I found out I was pregnant, a lot of women wait to tell their baby fathers like that they're pregnant. But I was so shocked, y'all, that I was pregnant that I just called him and told him. Like I'm one of those women, like if I find out I'm pregnant, I'm not gonna wait like until I have the baby to tell. Like if I was in the public eye, I wouldn't tell the public until of course after the baby was born. But it was my baby dad, so I didn't feel like I shouldn't have told him. You know what I'm saying? Like it was one of those things like, oh my God, I'm gonna call him and tell him. I really wanted to what's going on? Girl. I really wanted to see what his reaction was and stuff like that. So I caught him some. Can y'all please stop screaming like something is wrong? Goodness, I can't even think. So anyway, so I, called him and told him I was pregnant, and he was just like, "Oh my God," this and the third, because he got multiple other children that he don't even take care of. I didn't even know this at the time. Like I said, when you young and naive and you don't actually understand how life works, it can put you in some really uncompromising situations. And so this is where the story is headed. So y'all, I tell him I'm pregnant. He just like, oh my God, this, that, and the third. I'm gonna call you back, and oh my God, wow, I can't believe it. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm just like, he didn't really say anything to me that was like, he was excited or, it was just kind of like, that's what he do. Like he have a lot of children with women and that's who he is. And so I didn't understand that because like I said, I was 23, but I was a naive 23, I should say. I was one of the ones who was like, oh, I'm pregnant, so he's definitely gonna wanna, be with me and this, that, and the third. but it was the opposite, y'all. He just was kind of like, I don't want to be with you, because like while I was dancing and stuff like that, and I was the it girl, it was cool for him to be around me and be turned on. But now that I was pregnant and the girl that stayed in the house, it was kind of like it wasn't cool to be around me, right? So, y'all, I went through all of that. So, I wind up having my daughter, healthy, happy baby. She weighs 6 pounds, 4 ounces. She's a little tiny. She looked like a little Barbie doll, a little chocolate Barbie doll, right? So, and she was a little bit darker because like I smoked cigarettes with her and I shouldn't have. So her oxygen was a little off. So when I had her, she was just a tad bit darker than she is now. Now she's my skin color. And I was really stressed out with her. I went to jail with her because my fucking probation officer was so nasty and rude towards me. Any little thing I did, she was just like, go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So I went to jail while I was pregnant with her. It was so hard to deal with because I was away from my oldest daughter. And this is around the time where I started kind of like transitioning my life to become a better role model for my daughters. And knowing that I was gonna have two children now, I was like, something's gotta change, this is it. It cannot be anymore just living your life for you and being selfish and in the streets. So when I went to jail, it was really heartbreaking for me and for my oldest daughter because they kind of like pulled us away from each other. And it was just at a point in my life where I was like, I can't believe I'm going through this. The guy that I was pregnant by, he did not care that I was away. He didn't care to check on me, check on my mom, check on my oldest daughter, none of that. So it was just a really sad and really just gloomy time when I went to jail. And so I wasn't in jail for a while, but I was in jail for like 30 days, you know. And so it was 30 days too long. Okay. So so I got out of jail, got my life together and things like that. And that's when I was like, no, I got to start living for God and doing what God needs me to do, because being in these streets, being around these people who just want to take anything that you could give, even if it's good energy, bad energy, whatever they want to take from you. They don't want to see you prosper and speak life and love into your situation. They want it to be hood. They want it to be where everybody can sit around and talk about you and down you. And y'all, it just felt like somebody was just stepping on me and just digging me lower and lower, y'all. And I couldn't just even reach up just for somebody to put their hand down just to help me. It was so hard, y'all. But I had to fight. I had to fight to stay out of the street. I had to fight um, to become a prosperous role model for my daughters. I had to fight to not want to be making a quick buck, but actually sit down, go to school, learn the trade, learn to do something that in the future can prosper my family. And one day when I'm not here, I could actually leave it to my daughters, so I could build a foundation for my family. So, and I'm almost 30. So it's like, it took that long for me to understand. That's why I said we needed to have story time, because it took me that long and going through that much to understand that God did not want that life for me. So anyway, so I get out of jail, and stuff like that, and I have my daughter. Okay, that's where I was at. I was telling y'all I had her. Okay, she's 6 pounds 4 ounces. Yo, so adorable, little toes like that. It's just the sweetest thing. Little Thanksgiving baby. So it was adorable. She's adorable. She's like that tiny. You know what I mean? Like, it's so cute. So I don't want no more kids, but if I did do it again, I would have to be married and established. It just wouldn't work. With being a single mom and things like that. It would just like no, it just wouldn't work. I'm thankful for the daughters that I have because they made me like the most loving, responsible, God fearing woman that I could ever be in my life. So I am thankful for my daughters for that. So moving forward, so I have my daughter, and so I'm trying to tell the guy that I'm pregnant by. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have her. Are you gonna be here? This and the third. He's like being hella rude to me, and I just took it as I was pregnant now, I didn't look the same. I'm thicker. Um, you know, I'm not, just little slim petite no more popping. Like I'm like mommy, now. So I took it as, it just made me really depressed and really down. And it just hurt me so much because this guy that I thought that I was going to be in love with, and he was going to be there for me and my children, and we were going to build a life together. I started seeing the reality of the situation was that he was not going to be there, and I was going to be raising these children by myself. And no matter what I did, it wouldn't make him love me, and it wouldn't make him be there for me. So I had to understand that now. And it's so crazy. And so I'm not telling anybody this to be sad for me because, honey, I'm so thankful that I'm not with him, y'all. He got like so many children. He married to this girl. She's crazy. He's crazy. So, I guess they deserve each other. So, anyway, going into that, all right. So, I have her. And so, of course, even with him treating me like I was this horrible, disgusting person since I was pregnant by him, and I was this, horrible human being, and I couldn't understand what I had did because before then he was around. Before then, when I was dancing and things like that, he did support me. But now I can't get this man to support me if I had support written on my forehead, okay? So I have her and I get in touch with, well, one of my girlfriends get in touch with me. At the time, she was one of my best friends. I had a lot of friends, okay? But now I really don't. Um, so um I get in touch. Well, one of my girlfriends at the time, she got in touch with me. She's like, "Yo, your baby daddy's staying here," because he used to go like in and out of town and stuff like that. So whenever he came to town, she knew because she was messing with one of his friends that he was really close with. So she was like, "Your baby daddy in town, whoop, whoop, or whatever." And so, me, I'm like, "Oh my God, I had just had my daughter." She was several months old or whatever, and it was my birthday. So I was like, okay, we're gonna go into town. I'm gonna take her to see him. He hasn't saw her, so I'm gonna surprise him with her. Things like that. So it was my birthday, so I'm gonna buy some Patron, and we're gonna have a good time and this, that, and the third, right? Girl, no. Girl, I get over there and he is like, it's like four women already over there, right? So I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm trying to introduce him to his daughter. He doesn't even care. Mind you, I'm still going through postpartum. So this was kind of like one of the worst things that could have happened to me. And it just made me feel that small. So, um, so I'm like, okay, like I'm turned up, you know what I'm saying? And I just started drinking with my best friend because she was there with me. Like it was apparent that the four women that were there was for him. So he's talking to these women. He's not even acknowledging my daughter, and he's not even caring. And so um, long story short, the girls tried to jump on me for being there, trying to show him my daughter, and I was outnumbered. But my best friend at the time, she was like, "Y'all ain't finna jump on her," and this, that, and the third. And I was the cute little girl that was bringing the baby. That was like, "That's my baby dad." And so them girls was like, they was hood. They was like, type of girls that just was ratchet and ready to fight somebody. So they was like, we don't want, just all of that, right? And so I had to live with that, y'all. And it really hurt me. And I'm not telling y'all this for y'all to feel sorry for me, but I just wanted to have story time and get it off of my chest. So it really hurt me because, this guy that I thought and he was a lot older than me. So I kind of looked up to him in a way. And a lot of people did, and a lot of people still do. And I'm just like, I don't know how you guys could care about someone who just doesn't care about his children, or or makes women feel the way that he does. I'm not the only one that he's done like that. But I just want to tell my story and tell it beautifully so that maybe it could help another young girl out there, or maybe it could prevent what I went through, to tell someone to really look into who you're dating, look into who you're talking to, look into who they are, because once things get serious, you never know like who they're gonna be. So yeah, I went through that, y'all, and it just hurt me. It hurt me, y'all, so bad. And I'm just glad that now that I'm in a situation where that if someone loves me, like they're really gonna have to show me now. Like it's not gonna be like a you tell me that you like me, or you tell me that you're interested. No, you gotta show me that now. Like you gotta show me that I'm somebody who you want to be with. You gotta prove it to me, because I'm not going no more. Like, and that's what a lot of people like they could say about me, like she is not the same person. And I put God first within anything, because within all of these situations, the only person that I could really call on besides like immediate family and things like that was God, because a lot of the times it was just me and my children alone, and the only person that I could call on, that I could talk to, was God. And the only person that was there for me when I was going through my postpartum depression, when I was feeling like giving up, and when I felt ugly, or when I felt like I wasn't pretty, and this glamorous girl anymore, God was the only person that was there for me. So that's why I give all of my praise and all of the glory to God, because if it wasn't for him, me and my daughters would not be where we are now. And he is still working on me and still changing me, girl. But I just want to have story time about that, because I was just like, it was just something that was really weighing on me, and that was, I feel like I needed to share in order to let it go, because I was so confused, and a lot of times I felt like it was something that I did that made him want to not be around me and my daughter, and not care. And and always for those women that were trying to jump on me, I'm just looking at him like, how did you marry her? Because you felt like that was cute, that was the right type of behavior, that was what you were supposed to do, like, and I just look at them now and they all disgust me. And so, and in the end, I feel like I won, because she has to deal with that now. She has to deal with him cheating on her with several different women, and she probably catching STDs. And she got to deal with the rest of them children. Once you marry, what's his is yours, so you take on that responsibility too. So I feel like I won, because God still is giving me opportunity to make myself a better woman, and I'm not stuck with the man that I have to wonder if he cheating on me every night. So I'm thankful for that. And I got a nail business, and hopefully it starts flourishing and things like that. People start seeing my work, and I pray that they I get so many nail clients that, girl, I got a book for years and 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 years out. Okay. In his name, I pray, amen. But yeah, so I just wanted to say that to say, you know, if you're pregnant out there, it is not the end of the world. And I just want you to understand that love yourself and love them babies, and God will take care of you in the end. It's not up to no man, because you cannot depend on man to be what you want them to be. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just wanted to be honest with you guys and tell you guys, like, what happened to me. And hopefully, that story helps a little girl, or it helps somebody who may actually go through that one day, because it's not easy to go through by yourself. And a lot of the time, oh, and a lot of the time you feel like things are your fault, and it's not. So yeah. And with that being said, girl, I'm just like into this natural look, girl. But with that being said, I'm gonna make some dinner for me and my girls, and we are going to enjoy the rest of this day. And yeah, so I'm thankful that you guys were with me and were able to share this story with me. And I love you guys. Mwah. See you. I'm out.